let's go. Okay, so my, well, they're just business cards that I ordered, but I'm gonna use them as pin backings arrived. I'm gonna make sure to blur my address in editing. Trying to like keep it away now. Cool. So there it is. I just got some cheap, like you can see I went through Vistaprint because I just got some cheap ones. In the future, like if I do more pins, I'll probably get nicer ones, but these are just some old pins I'm trying to zhuzh up a little bit to offload. But they're fairly thick. I have to remember the camera's upside down. I don't know, like, I don't want to push it up too close and then like you can't really see it. Got some pins nearby, but yeah, it'll just be like through here. But yeah, this is it. Oh, I wish I'd done this sooner because it just makes it feel so much more fancier. Yeah, just want to show you that. But I picked up my Inktober zine recently. I'm gonna have to flip all this footage. Phoebes, not right now, get out of here. My cat's trying to get in here and I'm like, I don't have time for you right now. I was like testing with this printer. It's pretty all right. Like it was cheap printing, so I get some like blotchiness. I don't know if that's because of the printer or just because of the paper that I chose. I think it's fine enough for what I want to do for this, and actually like it kind of works with the aesthetic because I've got some grittiness going on, so if it was more of a smooth thing I might worry, but Praying Mantis, my big comic came in. I cannot show a lot of the content of the comic, but the cover is safe to show, which is all I'll do because I don't want to anger YouTube, but I do want to acknowledge the existence of this thing because it was so much of my time and effort. My printer's in Toronto. Very nice guy. It was great to work with. And it's hard to find risograph printers, so I reached out to him and asked like, hey, like how much would shipping be here? And it's not that bad, so. Wow. It's more dull than I was anticipating, but I think that's just part of the print process. I can show the backs here. Oh, this is so lovely. I know like this is safe because I did these bookends. These pages are safe. Oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah, this came out a bit more dull than I thought it would, but that might be file prep on my end, and like, I'm not disappointed by it. But I'm still very happy with this. Like, that's not me being like, I am dissatisfied with this. I just, oh, and it's so well packaged. This is, oh my gosh, I just worked on this for so long and I'm so happy to see it. I wish I'd done something on the back in retrospect, but it's okay. Oh, this is exciting. So yeah, so I have this, and then because it is a spicy comic, and one day I will return to in-person festivals, I was thinking about like how to display it at festivals and package it. So obviously at festivals I'll have like 1 or 2 display copies for adults to flip through and hold it back further on the table so it's not easily accessible to kids. Because like a lot of adults bring their children to these shows and children are always like just grabbing at what's at the front of the table. So like anything that's like less for kids or you're worried about kids flipping through, the trick is putting it at the edge of the table that's closer to you, so it's further away from kids so they can't like just reach and grab. Some of them will try to do that, but there's usually enough time for you to spawn and be like, nope. But another thing I can do to minimize it is just have like 1 or 2 display copies. And then the rest of them, I got these cellophane bags. So I'll bag it. I actually had different ones. And then I misread it and they came in and they were all the wrong size, which is my fault and that's my loss. I mean, it's not a ton of money, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, I'll bag it. And then I also had these stickers printed. My camera died, but I was basically done. I had these stickers printed that I'll put on the front of the bag. And so it'll say like adults only. So yeah, so I would, for festivals, I would bag them, which actually probably isn't a bad idea because it's also Riso printed, so the ink can smudge. And then put a little sticker on. All right, so praying mantis is in, as we saw. This is it packaged up. I made these stickers. And the reason I'm packaging it like this is for one day when I go in person to festivals. Then I'm doing this just so like kids can't flip through it who happen to be at the festival, and make it very clear. And then have like 1 or 2 display copies that are further from reach for anyone who wants to see it. Obviously I won't be flipping it through here because it's YouTube and I don't want to anger YouTube. So yeah, so this is the packaging that I thought, basically, just to make it very clear. There's like the adults only sticker. I'll probably move it up here actually, but may as well package it just because it's kind of fun for the experience. And for shipping, actually, it works out because like Riso ink can smudge off, so at least like it's somewhat protected in shipping. The Inktober zines I picked up from the printer as well. I talked about it earlier. Very exciting. And my pins are all packaged and ready to go. So what's left is I have to reprint the All Girls Supernatural Detective Agency #2. I thought I was gonna print 1 and 2 together as a reissue, but I actually still have quite a bit of the comics of #1 and I don't want to be wasteful, so I'm gonna do a smaller reprint of #2 and then do like a package and sell them separately also. I'm gonna spend the rest of this evening doing some more praying mantis packaging. I won't get through all of them because there's like 100. But I'll get through some of it. I'm hoping at least like 20 or something. And then just put on something in the TV while I'm doing that. Yeah. This is the setup. We got comics here. I got my glass of wine there as a little celebratory. And then stickers. Packaging here, and I'm gonna sit down here and watch something on the TV over there.
Every couple brings me to a certain piece of work that I do with myself. It's said about people who become therapists that they're, on some level, they've been designated the role of the family therapist.
Yeah, life teaches you.
finished editing the file for, it's the All Girls Supernatural Detective Agency #2. Finished formatting that, sent it off to the printer. I'm using the same printer that did the Inktober zine, even though I'm not like 100% happy with their quality. I think it's fine enough for All Girls Supernatural Agency. Especially the Inktober one, like my biggest problem was the blacks could look a little splotchy, but like it's mostly line work in AGSDA, so there's not as big swaths of background of black. And yeah, I'm not like thrilled with the printer, but I still haven't found like a good reliable printer here in Montreal yet, or one in Toronto that can ship out to here. At least for digital printing. For risograph, like I've got that down. I'm always gonna go through VidPress because Quinton's great. But in terms of digital printing, it's actually really hard to find a place here in Montreal, of all places. And the other places that people have recommended to me that do digital printing that ship to Toronto, like the prices they have, I'm like, I could get, like, it's the same price as risograph printing. So I'm like, why wouldn't I just get it printed on Riso? Because it's so much, I think it's so much prettier and warmer, and like, it's more of an artistic object that way. I think that's everything in terms of printing and getting things to me, and then I'm gonna have to do product photography. My life right now is just a series of boxes. Back there is like a little suitcase and a box with some. Then we have my pins, which have all been bagged up. Under that, this was also like a con box, but it mostly houses my copies of Becoming. Not in a box, but up on the shelf are these leftover copy of Ghosts, which has a adaptation of an H.G. Wells story and the first All Girls Supernatural Detective Agency story. Just did a reprint of All Girls Supernatural Detective Agency #2. And I'll sell them separately, but also packaged together to try to offload some of the ghosts. Then we have the Praying Mantis box. When I filmed, I was like, I'll only do 20, but I ended up basically doing all of them. So that's already Inktober zine. And then, so I had ordered envelopes off of AliExpress, and it was supposed to get here in time, but life and world events really postponed it. So I had to get different ones. So I got these pink mailers. And then just in case people ordered a bunch of stuff, I got these ones, which are just a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna need to find a home for all of these. Okay, so I put most of the stuff away. Suitcase, let me try to get more light in here. I have a bunch of storage up there, so I just put like my con specific stuff, like display stands and things in there. Just tucked it away because I'm not using it anytime soon. And then the rest of it is all of Praying Mantis. I changed for All Girls and my Inktober zine to stand upright so that I could fit them in one box together. And then here are copies of Becoming and Ghosts. Packaging off to the side here, and I can just tuck it all away. There's just this box that has the copies for photographing, but I'll probably tuck it under there, under my drawing desk here. And what I might do is I might grab a couple of copies from the closet to keep in that box, so that this is the like super handy to grab stuff. Some of the extra packaging is just like here, if I want to package those last copies for photographing. So yeah, have that at least squared away and my office somewhat restored. Okay, so here's all the products, and of course my cat is immediately walking over everything. Phoebe, come on, I love you, but I need you to go. No. Yes, I love you, but I can't. You're not a very good assistant. Hello, hi. Most of these I think I kind of know what color they're gonna go on, but there's some undecided, so maybe I'll just shoot on all of them and hate myself. Yeah. Okay. That's what we've got going. And at this point, I'm gonna have to switch filming devices because I need my camera to be a camera. So that's a wrap for taking all the photos. I did like a whole bundle photo at the end, and obviously I tried the green background as well. This is my Elgato key light, and at the beginning I thought I didn't need it, but actually because it's winter and you lose light pretty quickly. Like, it's bright enough for day to day, but for photos it's a little dark. It actually was super handy, especially in the green background, which as soon as the light fades, it starts to look quite icky and not as fun. But it was super helpful. I basically just had it propped like over here on this book. There we go. And then actually what I did was I angled it upwards, like towards, fully towards the ceiling, not quite. I was kind of gauging on how it looked on the camera, because if it was more pointed at the things, there was some glare going on the papers and things. So pointing it upwards, which helps to flood in some light, but it's super soft and dispersed. Turned out really well. Despite all my looking into videos I watched about setting aperture settings and ISO and everything, it just didn't end up really applying for me, especially, a lot of them, they're assuming you're in a dark room, so I guess if I had shot in a dark room it would be different, but I took advantage of the natural light. I ended up mostly shooting on auto, and then just adjusting some lighting myself with the key light there, but I let the camera do most of the work. But I'll still link those videos because I think they're also helpful to think about setting up light and also how to cheaply set up some camera equipment. Yeah, I'm excited. Now I just gotta clean everything up.